Here with Garfield's Nate Grabowski and Devin Bates after their 65-60 win over Waterloo. Guys, congrats on the win. First of all, how's it feel to get Coach Matt Hill's first win?
It feels really good. I just love him, so I feel good for him.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, he's a great coach. He pushes us to be the best version of ourselves.
All right, so you guys had the 4-point lead at the half, maintained it in that second half. Third quarter, you were up by 8. The fourth quarter, they made a run on you guys, but you guys were able to close it out. Just talk about being able to finish and close out the game in that fourth.
Well, whenever they're starting to make that comeback, we were just playing lazy defense and pretty much honestly the whole game. And then I think I just say our offense, just Matt, makes us try to be as close as perfect as we can with that. So I think all that practice and yelling at us for having mistakes, I think that's what came out like that.
Yeah, just trusting each other, believing in each other, and just working together. I mean, we can't do it by ourselves.
So you had 22 points, Devin. You were really aggressive at the rim. Is that something you came in with the mindset in this game?
Yeah, it's kind of. I try to always do that because for some reason I don't really care for shooting the ball that much anymore. But so I just have a fast first step and usually it gets me in the room. So.
And then Nate, you hit a couple big threes. How you feeling about your performance?
I surprised myself for sure. The shot was falling, so I just kept going to it. Yeah, it felt really good. I mean, every one of those threes that went in, I felt was big. And the crowd behind us, it's just great.
All right, congrats on win number 1. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Here with Garfield coach Matt Hill after their 65-60 win over Waterloo. Matt, congrats. You got that first one. How's it feel?
Thanks. It feels good. I feel good for the kids. I appreciate, obviously the kids that got me in the locker room there with our first win. But I was more excited for the kids. It's a great group of kids. It was a long week after that Rootstown game. A long week of practice. But I think they responded well tonight. I think, not to take anything away from Rootstown, our first game, but, for us, a lot of roster turnover. For us, Brandon really was our only returning starter. Devin, Oliver played a little bit last year at varsity. But for a lot of guys, last Saturday was their first true varsity experience. We had a nice big crowd. And I think the nerves got to them a little bit. Again, not to take anything away from Joe and Rootstown. They played a great game. But tonight, I think they were a little bit more comfortable. I think we played and showed tonight the way that we want to play. We want to play fast, attacking the basket. We got a lot of transition baskets tonight out of our press, which is how we want to play. But no, I thought the kids responded, and again, it was a long week after that Rootstown loss. So happy to get the first win.
All right, so it was a 4-point game at half. The second half, you guys pretty much maintained the lead throughout. They made a run there in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Just talk about you guys closing it out there.
Yeah, I think there was a little stretch there where they put some pressure on us, and we kind of turned the ball over and gave them some easy ones. And again, just those moments, those are great experience for the kids. To play in a tight game. Again, for a lot of guys not having dealt with that at the varsity level. But I think after they made that little run, we responded and closed the game out. We had some big plays there down the stretch. Yep.
So Devin and Nate kind of shouldered the scoring load for you guys, but Jared Cardinal had a couple pretty big plays in that fourth, kind of an unsung hero. Just talk about those three.
Yeah, I mean, Nate from the very beginning showed right away. He showed he was going to be capable to play at the varsity level. I think early he was just a little bit, nervous. Obviously, it's a huge jump from 8th grade to high school basketball. And Nate played really well in the preview we had at Waterloo. And then once we got our football guys back, it kind of shifted the roster again. And so I think Nate was kind of settling in and finding his role and niche on our team. And the older guys, the veterans, have been great. Just cheering Nate on and kind of accepting him into the group. So that's been really great for Nate. The sky's the limit for Nate. Devin's just such a good athlete. You can kind of see, he's such a great slasher attacking the basket. I've said to a lot of people and I've watched a lot of basketball, there's not a lot of kids that I've seen that can attack the basket. He can kind of wiggle and turn and shift his body as he goes around guys to avoid contact. But no, I think Devin's just kind of figuring out how good of a basketball player he can be. I sometimes tease Devin, you're not a football player playing basketball, you're a basketball player. But I think tonight was a glimpse of how good he can be. And then Jared, I think, tonight his minutes were hit or miss. It's just the way the game was going. He never hung his head. We put him in there in a tight spot, and he responded and made a couple big plays for us. So yeah, Jared's a good kid, and he'll have a good role for us this year. So happy for him.
All right. Congrats on win number 1, and keep that momentum going.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.